Okay. So from the first day last week, we covered what is Java, right? Very fundamentals of Java. And we said that, okay, Java is a programming language, and it is high-level programming language, and it is object-oriented programming language. And some benefits of this object-oriented means this one, you can reuse it, it's more secured, and also you can use Java in multiple browsers, multiple operating systems. So there's several benefits. That's why Java is more popular nowadays. It's last at least 10 years. Java is very popular, and when you look for job, you will see that at least 70% to 80% company will be looking for QA who has some kind of knowledge in Java, because we'll be using Java for our automation, Selenium, right? And as we discussed, right, nowadays automation testing is very important. Especially market is very competitive, right? If you think about like 15 years ago, 12 years ago, 10 years ago, you didn't need automation testing to become a QA. There were like maybe 80% job that time, like 10 years ago, you can get without automation knowledge. Most of the company were manual, following manual process, means no programming knowledge were required that time. But now, since market is very competitive, candidates candidates skill now is more important, because a lot of company want to hire somebody who has both knowledge, so that in case they want to start automation, so they don't have to hire another person. So it is kind of saving time and saving cost also. Even though when you work in a company, you'll be working as a manual tester, but for interview, you must need automation knowledge also for the interview, because you have to give those answers. And during next 3 months, we'll be practicing a lot of automation. First 2 weeks were very fundamental, the terms, rules, what a QA like process is, right? What methodology a QA team follows, this type of information. But from now on, we'll be doing a lot of practice. Practice means, as you see, is a hands-on practice with Java, hands-on practice with Jira, hands-on practice with Selenium, and there'll be some other tools also, like JMeter, then Postman. So you have to be prepared for that. To become at least knowledgeable, and to start this type of tools, you need basic Java. And we already started basic Java, very fundamental. What is Java? Some history of Java. For example, these were actually part of the quizzes. Okay, make it a little bigger so that everybody can see. Okay, everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going through little like overview from last week, so that you just, if you didn't join, or maybe you didn't watch the video, or maybe you didn't review the notes, so that you are up to date, you are following the class properly. So as we said, Java's main important feature is platform independent feature. And that means there will be a JVM layer that will be kind of interpreter between your system and the Java language, right? So that it doesn't matter what operating system or what browser you are using, doesn't matter, right? So your Java code will be understood by your operating system. Also another one, these will be very, very important for your automation testing. It will be secured, it will be robust. You can use these again and again, because this is object oriented programming language. And in the future, maybe today's end of today's class or next class, you will see why this is object oriented programming language and how you are using this again and again. Some of these feature will be described in next 2 classes. So at this point, you just have high level knowledge that, okay, Java is important because Java has this type of feature, but you didn't actually, many of you took this class in the college, so you already have this knowledge, but most of you in this class are kind of beginner, so you don't have Java knowledge. So you definitely need to practice those. So also some history, Java history. I already shared these notes to all of you, so I hope you had a chance to review some of them. So Java, every year there is a kind of new version of Java. Anything 8 and up will be accepted. If you have Java 7 or lower, they are old versions, so you cannot use them anymore. So JDK, this is part of your kind of homework actually last week. Means you can download Java JDK and install like IntelliJ, right, where we will be writing our code. But many of you still didn't do it, but we can still proceed without that. As I showed you, a lot of online based website, they have JDK like feature or IntelliJ like feature, and you can actually practice from web portal. I showed you Code Academy, I showed you W3 schools, right? They have a button where you can actually practice those. So now I showed a little bit about the structure, that how you can create a project and how you can create a package under project, right? And then under the package, you will be writing your code, right, as your classes. So few of you, today is maybe the first class for Java because you missed first class of Java. So I will quickly go over this, and then and another feature, actually not feature, this is one of these kind of main method that you need to run every time you write a Java code. So basically, if you want to write a Java code, you want to run a Java code, you need a main method. It's kind of formula, and this is the formula: public static void main. So you have to write this statement all the time if you want to run Java code. And we actually discussed a little bit about Java comments, different types of comments in Java, mostly 2 types, single line comment and multiple line comment. And also we discussed a little bit about types of Java data types. If you read my note, I hope you already have some kind of idea that what is a data type and different type of, like, some 4 or 5 different type of common data type that we'll be using. And once you know the data type, you definitely will need some kind of understanding about variables, that each data type needs some kind of variable to hold it, right? So variable will be kind of container, right, where data will be stored. And I think at this point we actually we started a little bit about operating system, right, of in data, like plus, minus, division, is kind of using of operator, right, and different type of operator. We actually didn't have enough time to go over there. We just started a little bit of arithmetic operator. So now I will start to share my IntelliJ actually. So in IntelliJ, I have everything ready so that I can show you quickly. Everybody can see my IntelliJ?
Yes.
Okay. So far from last class, I shared my notes and videos. Did you guys had a chance to watch those or review my note?
Yeah.
Okay. From these notes,
Yes, sir.
from these notes or video, do you have any question? Anybody? So first class was very like straightforward, like very fundamental, like what is Java, like some basic of Java. So now if you have no question, for few new students.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was asking like what's the best method of can you just teach us the best way to practice Java? Like, whatever you're teaching us right now. How can we like practice it on our own, and like is there any hack, some trick to like learning it or anything like that? Like how we should do our homeworks and stuff?
Okay, yes. So end of this week we'll be sharing some practice session with Code Academy actually. So Code Academy will be one place where you can actually practice, and also reading those W3 schools give you a lot of information. But after that, you actually need to install either IntelliJ or Eclipse, whatever you have, and JDK. So if you have IntelliJ and JDK ready, so you can actually practice anything by your own, right? And I will be also sharing the Java Java topic that we'll be covering as part of this training, so that with example actually, so that you can practice. So by tomorrow, you will have kind of idea that what you have to practice as part of to cover the Java actually.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, Shantubai.
Yes.
I was wondering if it's possible to send what is it, Java QQP Java 00P concept.
Oh, so this is not a concept. I think this is a JDK. JDK will, you have to just download in your system, in your laptop.
Ah, okay.
So there is two things you have to download. One is first JDK, and then once JDK is downloaded, then you have to download IntelliJ. Like for example, the screen I'm sharing with you, this is actually IntelliJ. You see that? So this is a tool. Actually, this is a free tool. So you have to just download it. But to download this, you need JDK. So JDK is the first step you have to proceed.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll share with you videos that how you can actually download this JDK and IntelliJ. Okay. So if anybody has like confusion, or all of you are clear about what is Java?
Yeah, this is a programming language.
Yeah, so this is not an interview question, but this is basic understanding that what is Java.
Can I ask one last question?
Sure.
How will this help us in the field of IT after we learn Java? Like, what does it help in?
So we are not learning, first of all, we are learning basic Java. We are not learning advanced level of Java that a developer need. But for our automation testing, right? We are doing both manual and automation testing. For automation testing, we'll be using some kind of automation tools, right? like Selenium, some framework like Cucumber, BDD, TestNG, this type of automation framework or automation tools, you need at least one programming language. So in the current market, Java is the most popular one. As I said, 70 to 80% company will be following Java. So that's why we are targeting 80% coverage. So few other companies, maybe 10% or 15% other companies will be using maybe Python, maybe Ruby, maybe C#. So we want to cover Java, because if we cover Java, you are good for at least 80% of the job interviews. That's why we are following Java. And as I said at the beginning, we will be covering Java for basic understanding, not advanced level to become a developer. So development, if you want to become a developer, you need advanced level of Java. So this is the reason we are covering Java. Mostly automation.
So this is part of basically the test case, test planning scenario. It's included within
Yes.
this, right? The
Yes.
automation.
Writing test cases, basically writing test cases and executing test cases. That part you need Java for automation tools.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to understand the concept of one example of how it's gonna come useful and how it's gonna, like, how do I explain it? Basically how it comes to use. Like, if you can match it for me where it goes on that. You remember the Excel spreadsheet you showed us?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So how will this? Where is this implemented, and which side section of that test scenario that you showed us? The steps.
So for example, this is the basic Java, right? So if I open one, just a simple, okay. If I open one automation script, you will see, I can show you. Okay, so
This is like the fundamentals. It's ABCD. If you don't know the alphabets, then you cannot make the words. So it's just the fundamentals of programming language.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so one of these, this is a Cucumber framework, for example. Okay, so this is Selenium. Okay, so in the Selenium, you will have some test file, right? So if I open this, you see that in Selenium, you are using all of these. You see
Commands.
that? All
Yeah,
of
the commands.
from Java, actually. There are Selenium commands also, but actually they are based on Java concept. So to work with Selenium, you need Java concept. So without Java concept or at least one programming language, you cannot run those Selenium code. So this is the one of the reason actually why you are learning Java. You can learn Python or you can learn Ruby, but as I said, you need at least one programming language to do automation. And Java is the most popular one. And as I said, 80% company is following Java or just using tools that will be following Java, actually. That's why we are starting with Java.
I got it. So basically, in this page that you're showing us here is the Salesforce login. Those are the prompts that you use, right? To like, to note down note down bugs or something. How does it work? Like,
no, for example, if you go there, right? These are all the manual test steps. For example, you see that those are test steps.
Yeah.
Those are plain English. There is no Java or no programming language. Now, to run this with automation, you have to exactly convert it with a programming language. So now, if you go there, this is plain Java, right? So now, if you go there, right, you see that everything manual statement. You see, this is a manual statement, right?
Yeah, in between the quotation, I see it. Yeah.
So this manual statement actually representing this Java code.
Ah, I see. Now I get it. Thank you.
So you are kind of connecting with plain English statement to programming language. But you
Got
will
it.
be learning
Yes.
the next 3 months. So this is just too early, like for many of you. If I explain too much, it will be like it will be really tough for you if I explain. Like
That's
after
true.
3
Yeah.
months, you will be actually writing this easily and practicing this easily. But for now, since this is like beginning, few of you maybe it's okay because maybe you already took the classes in school, you already have good Java knowledge. But most of you, as I said, you have no knowledge about Java maybe, or maybe you have very basic knowledge that is not ready for automation testing at this point. But this is one of the important testing that you have to do. This is a manual, plain English test. You can say this is a test case. These are test steps that you are following. This, you see that those are test steps,
Yeah.
right? So you are running this using the automation, and this is the automation part, right?
Basically, the format for the computer language, basically.
So that
Got it.
you can run this, and your basically automation tool will be testing instead of you, like for you actually. Your tool will
Got
be actually listening whatever you are just giving the command.
Got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No problem. Okay, so going back to my Java. So, so first class. So if, okay, so I'm just, for few of you, maybe this is the first class, so you don't know how to create a class, how to create a project, how to create, right? So anytime you want to create a project, you will go there, you see that file, and new, this is the project. You see that? If you click on this project, there will be a new screen. So Maven is when you practice automation in the future, you will be selecting Maven. But right now I'm not selecting Maven. I'm just selecting simple Java. You see that? Now, when you download Java JDK, you will see JDK version here. As I say, right, 8 and higher than 8. Anything more than 8 and plus will be acceptable version. In my system, my laptop has 11, right? So
Quick question, Shantavai.
yes.
All right. Does Java 16.1 working on 32-bit Windows or no?
32 bits window. I'm not sure. You're saying you have 32 bits, not 64?
No, I have both. But the thing is, I've been trying to do it on 32-bit Windows, and I'm getting some issue. That's why I ask you.
Then go back and download like some lower version, like 14 or 15. I'm not
Alright.
sure the exactly latest version if it has some requirement that you have to have 64. I didn't use 16 actually. I used 14. I used 15 also. 15 should be working.
15 should work on 32-bit.
Yes. So, or one thing you can do, just go a little lower, like 12. Download 12.
All right. Oh, okay, Shantavai. No, the thing is, that it's working fine with my Mac, but it's not working with my Windows. That's why I got a little confused.
Shantavai, I just download the 16.0.1
Yes.
and 64 bits. So this one is the latest I have seen. So this one is perfect, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, this one is fine, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So anytime you open a project, you will see your version here. If you have more than one version, you can select, this is 8, this is 11, right? So 8 also will be working, 11 also will be working. So now, next, you will be just giving some name of the project. So anywhere you work, you have to give some kind of similar name that is related to your project, right? So I can just give anything, right? Demo, right? Demo 1, 1, 2, 3. So as I explained last class, that there are some naming convention. Anytime you create a project, the first letter will be uppercase. So now there is another one, another important naming convention, camel casing. So if you have multiple word in the name, so demo, for example, day, for example, 2, right? So demo day 2, you see that every new word will be starting with uppercase. So this is called camel casing. Any new word starting with uppercase. So this is standard. Everybody following, like any programmer or software developer follow when they use, they create project name, create classes, and do the programming, right? So those are standard. And also this, the main help is this is readable. You can see exactly every word if you do camel casing. So then you have two options. You can do this window or you can do new window. So for example, I want to choose new window. So now you have a new project here. You see that? So when you create a new project, you have a couple of folders. So projects and everything is kind of folder structure actually. You see left side, all of this project layout, those are folder layout actually. So this is your project name, right? So inside the project, you will see 3 different folder, but all you have to worry about is SRC, source folder. So all of your code, right, you are writing, all of your classes, test cases, everything is going inside the SRC. So you can do directly create a class, new, you can create a class, or you can create package also. You see that? So good practice is just create a package under main folder, because package means this is a subfolder. So I can say package 1, right? So package 1. So this is my package name. So one thing you can see, right? Inside the package, I'm following camel casing, but naming convention, package will be starting with lowercase. You see that? E is lowercase. So inside the package, you will be creating your test case or class. So class will be always starting with uppercase, right? And also camel casing if you have more than one word. So I can say test class. You see that I'm doing camel casing, test class 1, right? So you see that I'm doing camel casing, and also since this is a class, is starting with uppercase. So this is just the naming convention. So now, once you write something, you create a class, you will have already this screen ready, right? So now anything you write, you will be writing inside this class. So this is just the creation of class, creation of project, creation of package. So now I'm going to Java concept that I already. So from the last class, this is kind of summary, different type of data type, right? Remember I said from this, what is that? Let me. So this is from summary. We showed you project, class, and now different type of data type, right? There are Boolean, char, type, short, byte, short, int, long, float, double, right? So these are the common type. So this is actually part of your interview question. It can be asked during interview. What are the common data type you will be using in Java, and why you are using those? So there are different type, and different data type will be for different type of information. For example, the numbers, right? For any numbers, these are the data type. byte, short, int, long, float, double for numbers. And if this is for some, what is that? Character, letter, this is char. If this is logical statement, yes or no, true or false, is Boolean. So another one is important. This is data type also is string. You see that here, string or array. Those are for statements. For example, your full name, address, anything can be inside string. Means if this is a single digit, your number can be string. One important thing is for string, you have to give a double quotation. So now I will show you actually in IntelliJ. So this is a byte, right? So there are some features that byte always have small numbers. This is a data type byte, right? And byte carry minus 128 to plus 127. And if I run this one, for example, little slow. Okay, so you see all of these values, right? You see all of these value. There are the values are coming from here, right? So some code you wrote and you want to display those in the screen. Now, as I said, there is a formula, Java main method, means Java main method here, right? Public static void main. If you don't write this Java main method, you will not see this value and you cannot run this. For example, if I just give, so now there is no Java main method. I just made this as a comment so that what is that? IntelliJ is assuming there is no Java main method. So now if you right click, you will not see any of this run option. You see that? I don't see any run option because there is no main method. You don't see any run option. Now, if I just activate this main method again, you will see, right click, these three options are here. Run, debug, you see that? So if you don't have any main method, you will not see this and you cannot run any Java code. So that's why this is one of these important concept that you have to know, that to run any Java code, you need a Java main method. And at this point, you have to kind of memorize this, but after a couple of weeks, you will automatically know what is that actually. Because every time you run something, you have to use this Java main method. And this is for these three features: run, debug, and run data. So now, just reviewing the types, different types of Java data. So second one is short. Short will be accepting little bigger number, minus 32,000 to plus 32,000. And when you have numbers, right, you don't need any quotation. Now you see that int, this is the most popular one. It will be used a lot because this one actually holding is a big number, but not like billion, but is big number. And again, it is number and you don't need to give any double quotation. So another big number is long. It is accepting very big number, but one important thing you have to remember that if you use long, at the end of your data, you have to write a L. You see that L, uppercase L. Now, another is decimal. There are two types of data that will holding decimal point, float and double. So for float, you have to give a letter F, otherwise it will not work. But in double, you don't have to give F. So, but both will work similarly. If you run this, it will give you decimal point. You see that here? It is giving you decimal point. If you instead of double, now if you type int, that will not actually accepting any decimal point. You see that int value, there is no decimal point. You see that this is a red line. That means it is saying you this is a double number, this is not int. So one big important reason you are using this IntelliJ or Eclipse, because those are showing you all the information you need. For example, if you do anything mistake, they will be giving you some information, right? You see that? And they will be giving you highlights, right? They'll be showing this is an error. Now, if I want to convert, you have to just convert it and you will see no error. See that suggestion? They're giving you already suggestion. So now another important feature when you write Java code is semicolon. Any statement will be ending with semicolon. You see that semicolon? All the line has semicolon in Java. If you don't give the semicolon, your code will not work. You will see error. If I move this, remove this semicolon, you see that there is error. You see that? Expected. It says semicolon is expected. And if I run this code now, it will be saying here also. The code will fail and you will see why this code failed. You see that error, line number 57, semicolon is expected. You see that here? Now, if I add semicolon and run this again, you will see code will be running successfully. You will see that success exit code 0. You see that exit code 0? That means this is successful. If exit code 1, that means there is a problem and you need to fix something. So exit code 0 means the code is perfect and it is running successfully. So these are something that we covered first class. And another topic covered first class, different type of comment, right? So all of them are multiple comment. You see that? And if I want to add a single line comment, what I have to add? Can somebody answer? So if I want to give a single line comment here, how I can write a single line comment?
System.
So for example, this is a line something, right? So now I have to just give double slash, right?
Double slash, yes.
Double slash will make you single line comment, and for multiple line comment, you are just changing little bit, one single slash, then star, and at the end, star and single slash. So this will be very, very important because sometimes you'll be adding a lot of notes for other developer, other tester, right? So that they can see your comment as a note. Sometimes you'll be adding a requirement here so that you are saying that, okay, my following code will be testing this requirement or this test scenario or test case. So comments are very, very important. And the last important one we covered, variable, right? You see that variable? Java variables, right? String, int, float, char, boolean. So basically variables are some kind of container. And as you see, different type of container has different type of purpose, right? Some common example I gave last class, if you take a paper bag and inside this small paper bag, what can you carry from a store, like supermarket. You go to supermarket.
Chandubai,
Yes,
can I have one question?
sure.
The thing that you are explaining today, these are, I'm not sure if you covered in our last class or not. I mean, it's very new for us.
Yes, so that was covered last class. If you watch the video,
Yeah.
uh, I shared a video with everybody from last class video actually.
So last Sunday, you're talking about last Sunday, right?
Last Saturday actually.
Last Saturday. Oh,
Last Saturday.
yeah.
Java fundamental part 1 basic.
Uh-huh.
I covered all of these variables, data type, comments, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
colons, use of semicolon, this type of like basic stuff. So I'm kind
Yeah.
of reviewing this because many of you maybe forgot to watch the video. Maybe you didn't get enough time to read the notes. That's why I'm just covering a little bit from the beginning again.
Yeah.
For many of you, maybe it is just like simple review or basic. But yeah, for many of you will be helpful. That's why I'm just reviewing a little bit again.
Shantabhai,
Yes.
is it possible that you can email us these paperwork like Java variables, data, so that way we can just read it and study?
Sure.
Is that possible?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I thought I already sent, but I will resend again to everybody. Okay, no problem. I will send those notes again.
All right, thank you.
And I also covered some naming convention, like how variables should be written. For example, as I said, there are some valid way and invalid way. Some variable will be starting with special character. Some variable will be starting with just plain English, and there are some basic rules, right? You see that variables will be accepting only $sign and underscore, right? Any other character will be error. It will not be accepted. And only alphabet and variable cannot start with number. You see that? There are some rules, right? And again, same thing.
Bhaiya, can I say something?
Yes.
So, Bhaiya,
Yes.
you need to plug in your charger, I think.
I think somebody. Okay. What is the question? Can you repeat it?
I think you need to plug in your charger in your laptop.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I forgot. This is. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for reminding. Actually. Okay. So there was low charger, right? Okay. Thank you. So there are some rules when you write variables, when you write functions or class, this type of thing. So I will be sharing this again with you so that you can read and some example what is valid versus invalid variables, right? And another important concept, maybe interview question, what type of word you cannot use as a variable, like Java keywords, those are reserved for coding. Those are not acceptable for using as a variable. So you cannot use those keywords. There's like 40 plus keyword, like I don't know how many, like 45 or 44, something like that keyword. And those are specific for only coding, not for variables or not for class name or not for package name. Those are special keyword. You cannot use those as a variable. So actually that was the last part from last class. We actually started different type of operation, right, in Java. So there are different type of operators in Java, arithmetic operators, logical operators, unary operators, right? So these arithmetic, logical, unary, and here is one more, relational operator, right? These 4 will be heavily used in Java, especially logical and relational, right? And arithmetic. These 3 you will see all the time when you write Selenium code, when you do automation. So logical means, what is logical? Can somebody give me some idea what type of, like, what is logical means and what is relational means?
Logical is like 2 + 2 is 4. That is logical, right?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, like if, and I also have all of this example here. So I'm going there logical and first arithmetic, right? So anything plus, minus, division, all of this thing, arithmetic operator. Increment and decrement, they will be also very, very important when you write automation code, especially for loop, right? You will see that these two, use of these two. But other than these two, all of you, I guess, already know this type of logic, arithmetic operator and how they work, right? In Java, they'll be exactly working like this: 10 plus 2 equal to 12, 10 minus 2 equal to 8, right? 10 times 2 equal to 20. So those are like basic math that you all have. And there are some example. And if you see, make it a little bit bigger. If you see, I wrote here a equal to 10. So what is a? Can somebody tell what is a here?
A variable.
And what is b? And what is int?
Data type.
So int is data type, and a and b, they are variable, right? So basically 10 is kind of representing a is representing 10. These are equal, right? Now I'm doing some kind of arithmetic operation here. So I also said anything you want to display, you have to write this statement, println, right? System.out println. Similar to Java main method, this is another formula you have to memorize, or you always have to write this. You always have to write this. So end of the day, it will be memorized by all of you actually. Like few statement you always have to use every day or every time you use programming language. This is one of them, println, to display anything. So those are some example. This one is little bit different, right? In maybe plain mathematic world, this will be percentage, right? But in Java, this is not actually percentage. This is a remainder.
Can I ask why they changed A equals to 10, B equals to 10? Does it have to do with like algebra and stuff like that?
Okay, so what is the question? I actually did not understand the question.
You see where it says int? It says A equals to 10 and then int B equals to 20. Is that always like that? Or is this just like an algebra formula where, you know, A is unknown, B is unknown equals to 10?
This is, okay, got it. So this is just an example. So where at work, your A can be some name.
Got it.
So when there is a name, the data type will be different, right? Remember what will be like if I say A equal to John, B equal to Tom. So what is then John and Tom? That will be not int. What will be that like?
String?
Yeah, string. String and what is the another difference between like string? If I give a name, you have to give double quotation also, right? For name, yeah. For any string, you have to give double quotation. So here,
even if it's numbers?
No, if
okay,
you use string as a number, it will be double quotation. Now,
okay, got it.
I can show you here. Car, right? Or character. So this is char or car, depending on what you say. This is a single digit. If I write here, more than one, A and B, it will be error, because this data type will be accepting only one digit or one alphabet, one single alphabet. You see that?
Yeah.
Anything more than one will be string, this one.
Okay, makes sense right now. Thank you.
So now a string can be number also, but if you want to use number as a string, it will be inside the. So if I write this, so now why this is red? Can somebody tell why this is red? Can somebody?
Same, Maicha.
It's double.
This is duplicate. That's true.
Duplicate, right.
So this is duplicate. You cannot have same exact.
Oh, it has to be.
So now I changed it and there is no red, right? So now if I write here a number, if you are not talking, can you mute yourself? Okay, thank you. So you see that you can use number as a string also, but whenever you use as a string, anytime you use anything as a string, always have to be inside the double quotation. You see that? Now, if you run this, you will see. Okay. So why don't you see 100 here in this result screen?
Because we set it on
As
the
a number,
sorry,
as a number, I didn't use double quotation.
No, you use double quotation, but you don't have this print statement. You need print statement to show this 100, right? See that I'm just showing this, but I didn't say, okay, print this one also. So now if I give this one st1, and now if I run this, you will see 100 also here. You see that I just added this. If you want to see anything here, you have to add this print statement. You see that? Now it is displaying 100 because I added a print statement. Okay. So those are just simple arithmetic operation. Now Boolean. So Boolean, logical, Boolean and logical, right? These will be heavily used in automation testing, because you always will be comparing stuff, right? If this equal to this, if this equal to this, something like that. And if this not equal to this, relational Boolean and Boolean, they will be always important part of your day-to-day life coding. Because what is that relational operator means actually? Can somebody relate in your test cases how this is important?
Is it for like boundary value analysis?
No, anytime you see, remember you wrote test cases, you have expected value, right? Expected column versus another is actual. So you are comparing your result, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you comparing something, you are using this type of statement, right? So you are testing something in QA and you are comparing, right, against your requirement. So you are saying, if my credit score is 700, I will get home mortgage loan interest as 2.5. If less than 700, it will be 3.25. If 800, it will be 2, right? You see that those statement are actually covering this type of statement, right? You see that? So you will be using relational operators a lot. Also, you will be using logical operators a lot also. Sometimes you'll be seeing that you have to write this logical. And now if you just go to example here, now these are logical operators. You see that I said a equal to 10, right? This is my data, for example. Now, what is my logical operator is saying? I'm saying print the result if a is less than 10 and a is less than 20. So what will be this? This statement is right. You see that this is statement? A equal to 10. So now
Yeah,
a is less than 10.
no,
That means this statement should be false, right?
right.
So this is the thing, like you have to check your statement, right? If this is true or false. So you are checking some logical statement here, and you see that answer. The first statement answer is false. I will actually, okay. I will show you here also.
This is for Boolean.
This is both Boolean and use of logical operators. Where is that? Okay, actually this one, right? So this is use of Boolean. Okay, download this first. Okay. So if you see, so anytime you use actually logical operator or relational operator, their answer is always Boolean. They're yes or no, right? And yes or no means it is Boolean, right? You understood? Whoever asked the question?
Yeah, basically true or false. Yeah.
Basically, you always check either true or false. You are not saying maybe. In QA, there is no maybe. It has to be yes or no. So 2 plus 2 equal to 4, right? There is no maybe, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 is greater than 5. What will be the answer? Is
No.
yes or no, right?
False.
So there is no maybe. So anytime you use programming language for automation, you are not using the word maybe or maybe it is right. There is nothing maybe. So you always will be using Boolean statement. Means true or false. You are basically comparing statements, and those statements answer is always yes or no. So if yes, right? And if this is yes and your expectation is yes also, you see that you are checking your expected result with yes or no, right? So if yes is following your expectation, this is your test case is passed. Now, if yes is not following your expectation, you are logging a defect, right? Or bug. So this is yeah. Any question?
Yeah, no, it's just I can't hear you that well because I think some people are still like not muted, so I hear a lot of background noise.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually requesting other people, if you are not talking, just mute yourself. That will be helpful for other people also. Yeah. Thank you. So now, so you guys are okay with this concept, right? What is Boolean versus logical operator and how you use those actually?
So
in
so
real
the
life?
first one, Boolean logical operator, it is used for like definitive answers like 4 + 4 = 8, right? Without any
Yes.
maybes. And the rational operator is basically to differentiate between what's greater or lower, like normal math, right? Correct?
Yes. So this one, both is Boolean, but this one is kind of comparing this. This one also kind of comparing this. But this one is like statement, direct comparison, and this one will be with logic.
Got it.
When I use in the IntelliJ, then you probably will be understanding little better. First, okay. So now, if you see this statement also, you see this is operator, this operator means greater than, right? This one, this is just like explanation. What does that mean? And double equal to means equal. So in Java, you will see equal to, you will be using for variables and other thing. But when you use for two different statement, then you will be using this equal to. You see that? So everything is kind of part of your syntax. Remember, every programming language has their own style. In Java, they will be using this type of operating system or this type of style. Now, so everything I'll be showing you in IntelliJ also, just giving you some overview in notes. So you see that this one, logical OR, and this one is logical AND. So this is the interview question actually. So OR means, now I said, if somebody is less than 18 years or more than 70 years, will not be allowed in this party. So you see that one of these condition need to be true. You understood this part actually? What is OR means?
Sorry, one more time it would be possible.
So this OR and AND, this is a very, very important statement if you think for when you test actually. So I said, so you actually schedule a party for people, right? And you actually have criteria to join this party. So you said, okay, anybody is less than 18 and anybody is less and more than 70 will not be part of this party. What is that AND mean?
Basically exclusion.
You are excluding, right? So this OR actually, I said it wrong. So I said anybody 18 years old, actually less than 18 years old, will be excluded. Also, anybody more than 70 years old will be also excluded. So one of these category will be basically out of the scope, right?
Yeah.
So now same thing I can say differently now. So you are working for a home loan company, maybe Wells Fargo home loan department. Now they have a requirement, and the requirement says to approve the loan, you have to have 700 score credit. Your credit score has to be 700, and you have to have a full-time job. You see that there is use of double AND, means one of them is not enough. Both criteria has to match.
So basically for the second one, there's two requirements. For the first one, logical OR is basically two requirements, but with the exclusion. Is that correct?
Yes. So second AND means double AND, right? Means both condition has to be true. You understood the second AND? Both
Yeah,
condition has
basically,
to be true.
you have to have 700 credit score plus full-time
Full-time
job.
job.
Yeah, I got it.
Two.
Thank you.
To approve the loan. And if you think this is not both, that means, and another bank is saying, if you have 700 credit or full-time job, you can be approved for the home loan. So two companies following two different statements. You see that? So this is a concept actually, where you will be using those symbols. I'm just directly going from real life experience. So if you are becoming a QA, right? Some time in your career, you'll be working for maybe some financial industry, right? And if you work for some home loan application or insurance application or this type of application, you will see a lot of and or condition.
So that's when boundary value analysis come into play, right? With this through Java.
Yeah, no, boundary value analysis or equivalence partitioning will be coming to play when you want to write test case, right?
Test case. Yeah, I see.
But
this is
when
not
you
for
write,
that, right?
yeah, when you write automation code using some tools, then you will be using these.
I
You see
get
that
it.
those are code, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Those
I
are
get
code.
it now.
This is just like plain English statement that I'm just explaining you, but these are actual code. And you say that this statement is returning true, this statement is returning false. So you have to basically understand what is and means, what is or means, this type of thing, what is smaller than equal to, what is greater than equal to. So you have to basically understand this sign, right?
I have one question.
Yes.
If you can scroll down back to that sample program logical operator.
Yeah.
Over there, you see in the logical and you have two and there, right? Do you see?
What?
On top, where it says operating symbol, yeah, it says two and, but on the sample of the program, it only shows one and. Is there any difference, or is there a typing error?
This one probably typing error actually. Let me check.
So it's supposed to be a one and, not two, right?
Yeah, this is a typing error probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, thank you. This is a good check actually. Yeah, this is. Oh no. So there is one and also. There is one and two and both. This is not a typing error actually. So there is multiple logic.
That's why I get confused. Yeah, I see. So one is for. Can you tell the difference between those two?
Okay, so one and two and, right? There are uses actually both have same use here. Okay, so here actually they are using similarly. They are actually following same logic here. So basically they are using double and to compare two statement. So when you use statement, let me check. Okay. Logical operator, right? So basically when you want to return one of these true or false statement, you'll be using this. So this is actually, if you use two and, it still will be working.
The same function?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Now, yeah, so basically you can use both one and or two and. But in Java, I think in automation, most people use double and just to make sure that, okay, keep it consistent.
That way it works for both.
Yes.
I get it. Thank you.
Just keep it consistent. Yeah, but it's a good catch actually. Yeah, you are thinking like a QA now actually. So relational operator now. So relational operator, also you see that here. This is equal to. What is the difference between one equal to and double equal to. You see that when you assign some number, right? You are saying, okay, x equal to 5, y equal to 10. So you are assigning the number, right? Then you will be using 1 equal to. But when you saying, okay, 5 and 10, there's two number, right? If they are equal to or not, you want to check if they are equal to or not. Then you have to make double 2. So if you go to IntelliJ here, right? This one actually you are not comparing. You are just assigning the number, right? So you are saying ST1 equal to 100. You are saying my CHA equal to laptop. Now,
What does ST1 mean again?
so
String-
here ST1 means this 100, right? You are basically just assigning this. You are just giving this value, right? You are just replacing the value here. This is equal to. So equal to means the value of this variable, right?
Yeah. Can you change the ST1 to anything?
You can change anything. You can give ST200 or ST999999, anything. It doesn't matter. It's same thing. This is just a variable. So you are giving this 100. You are assigning the number, right? You can give anything. You can just give 100 to 199. It doesn't matter, right? So these are just the assignment. So you are just giving some number equal to this equal to this. This is like assigning some value of this variable. Now, if you want to compare these two, if they are equal to, right? Now, this is not the assigning number. You are just comparing this. So if you want to compare this, you have to write equal to twice. So now, if I say this one, copy, right? Print ln. So if I say this, copy, equal to, so now here, if you go to, actually, where did I? Oh, okay. So here, right? So here, you see that now single equal to, you are giving some assignment, but when you give 2 equal to, that means you are comparing two number. So you are comparing these two number. So if I compare these two, I have to give 2 equal to. That means now I am trying to see if 1999 equal to laptop. So what will be the expected result here?
So I see. So basically you're comparing
Two value. Basically you are comparing value.
My chart with the string, right?
Yes.
The variable value.
So is this like two same here?
It's gonna be
excuse me. So
I think you need to change ST99 instead of ST1. It's red symbol.
Yeah, but this one I can
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
This one I
Yeah.
can change. Oh, where is that? Okay, so I'm saying I can change this one. This one is not a problem. ST999. This is not a problem. I can change it. So I'm comparing these two. What is the expectation here? Those are not equal, right? So I should see probably false, right?
Yeah.
So if you run this, it should be displaying as false actually.
Error. Yes, it's,
You see that false?
yeah.
So this is the expectation. So now if I say copy, and if I change it, now those should be equal, right? Even though variables are different, but values are equal, right?
Yeah.
If I run this now, instead of false, it will be true. So you got the logic, right? How these are changing?
Yeah, so you gotta make sure that the values are the same. It could be different variables, but it has to equal to the same variable, right?
Yes, yes. So equal, equal. They are comparing the values, not the variables.
Yeah.
So many times in your test case, you will see in the future, you will be comparing the values. So when you're comparing the values, you will be giving some kind of equal, equal sign.
And that's basically to find bug, right? Like if it's correct or incorrect, false or
Yes.
true.
Yes.
And
So you can clearly see the difference between one single equal and two equal, right? One single equal means you are just giving some value number, and two equal means you are comparing two value, right? Okay. Okay, so those are like logical. Now there is a control statement. This is very, very important. That means if else will be the control statement. You need this for writing code all the time. If else control statement means you are using kind of Boolean statement, right? Or logical statement and running the code. So there are some formula. If I go to if else demo, so now the formula is this is already, you know, some means some kind of variable or some kind of thing, right? And this is the formula here. You see that if, so you are just saying that, okay, if the person is 18 years old, he can vote, right? So what is one of this logic that people can use day-to-day life in simple software? Can somebody give example? Every store you go, sometimes supermarket, sometimes local gas station, you will see this statement. For example, most of the register right now have this formula implemented. When you buy cigarette, when you buy alcohol, they will scan your ID and they will always say if the person is 21 years old or not, right? If 21 years old, they can buy alcohol. If not, they cannot, right? You see that? This if means.
So you would put if parentheses number is greater than 21, then it would be positive, right?
Yes.
But if it's less than
Yes.
21, it would be negative.
Yes. So same thing, right? Boundary value analysis, right? As I said, between your password should be 6 to 8 character long, right? So you'll be saying if password is between 8 to 6 character, 6 to 8 character long, then proceed. You see that all of this logical statement, even boundary value analysis also is coming here, right?
So when we type it in Java, we're gonna write it with if parentheses then num 0. We're gonna write it like that, same exact way.
Yes, you see that this is Java.
Okay. So then,
If 20 is greater than 18,
or like that in that format.
yes,
Okay.
type something here.
20 is
You
greater
can
than-
write, now you can give other thing also. You can give a variable here. You can say, okay, age equal to A, right? Now you're saying A is greater than 18, something like that.
Yeah.
You can write like this, right? If I go to IntelliJ now, here you can see. So we are just checking Boolean example.
Yeah,
So
it's like
is-
when you declare the number or age, something like that, right?
anything. This is just an example. I'm saying you can declare a number of age, you can declare number of some price, some if you go for banking, it can be credit score, it can be income, right? Maybe for some loan you need 100,000 plus income per year, right? You see that like differently, each software works differently. If you want to approve for some insurance, maybe specific area code is required, right? So now, like for example, Geico can say, okay, if somebody lives in this area code, their insurance rate is this. If somebody lives in this area code, their insurance rate is this. You see that everything is following kind of logic internally. Anything you see like banking, insurance, healthcare industry, home loan, they are always working with logic. There are always business logic. You make 30,000 a year, you will get some kind of approval. You make 200,000 a year, you will make some kind of approval, right? If you have credit score 800, like perfect credit score, maybe you are getting instantly 50,000 personal loan, right? If you have 500 credit score, you will be denied, right? So they are following all kind of logic. These are called, those are Boolean logic, right? If else means logical statement, right? Or comparing, right? Relational operator. So you will be using those kind of statement a lot in the future when you write automation code. So before writing those automation code, you have to just make sure that you are understanding those. So here, right, this you can see my screen, right? Now I am giving a number, and number equal to 50, right? So I'm saying if my number, right, this number is smaller than 21, then test passed. So obviously this 50 is not smaller than 21, right? You see that here?
So first is
You can see
integer,
here?
the data is there, the integer, the int, and then actual number, the value, the variable and the value. And then after that, you put the comment is there. Do the comments need to be there?
So for example, if I just make it more simpler, actually, I'm just making it simpler the way if I give this. Okay. So middle part, you can just assume now there is no middle part. Okay. These are just comment. I put it in a comment. So this part you understand, right? If else, this part.
Yes.
Now I said I'm changing little bit. So far you understood what I wrote here? Int credit score equal to 600. Everybody understanding?
Yes.
So now I'm changing little bit. I'm saying loan denied and if so far you understood this. So now I'm trying to say in some software you are testing and the software's logic is if credit score is less than 600, loan will be denied. And otherwise, it will be approved. So what is otherwise? Otherwise means if it is more than 600, right? Now, if you run this, so what does that mean? Why it is passed? Loan approved. Because you said if credit score is not less than 600, it should be passed, right? Isn't it? You said that here?
I mean, if it's greater than 600.
600 or greater, basically.
Yeah. Okay, now I understand.
So now if I write here instead of 600,
What if you put 599? Then wouldn't it be more than 9?
okay. If I say 599, now okay, so I want to change a little bit differently. So now I'm saying credit score is 600, right? If you give 500, what is the expectation now?
Denied.
Still approved. I didn't add any logic here, actually. I didn't actually say that here. Okay, if credit score is 600, now I can do this here, right? If credit score is equal to now, if I say equal to, what does that mean?
That's basically
You're trying to make the
I'm just adding a
statement
logic
either
now.
true or false.
So if credit score equal to 600, so loan will be now denied, right? I'm just giving you, okay, I'm just giving you here 599, for example. So now from this logic, what should be the answer? Is denied or approved? Can somebody tell what is that? Checking the logic.
I think it's denied.
I think this will be approved.
Is it because the system of printing is on the bottom, so shows loan approved?
So basically, they will be checking this statement. If this statement is not true, this is the answer. You just added only one line. I didn't add multiple lines. So now if I say this is 599, then it will be denied. So this is only one layer of if else. So many of you still a little bit confused. Now, actually, I'm going to explain differently, then it will be okay. So if I go here,
Basically, system out print line here means result, right? What result it should be?
yes, this is the result.
Okay.
So now if I actually so if I just copy this, actually, where's that thing? Why this thing came again? Okay. So if you see this example first, then I probably, okay. So if always will be showing some kind of condition, right? So if this condition is true, this code will be distributed, like will be displayed. And then otherwise it will go directly to else. It doesn't matter this is true or false. Okay, so first if will always check just the condition directly. Only if this condition is true, this one will be displayed. Otherwise it will go to else. Now there is another if else is 3 layer: if, then else if, and then else. So if you think here, right? Now it says if number 0, right? If number some sample number is greater than 0, this will be positive. If some number is smaller than 0, that will be negative. Else, what is the answer? Is 0. So this is kind of logical statement, if else. Now, okay.
So this one is 2 else?
2 else, yes. So now
So the first else is for negative, and the what about the second else?
okay. Let me create a if else. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I go to here, so now I'm creating a new class, just checking if else again. I'm giving class name if else demo, because I have if else demo, another one. So you are giving some kind of condition right here. So what was the example here? Now why this is red. Can somebody tell why this is red?
Thing is
You
missing.
need to write public static
Main
void.
method is missing. Is that why?
The system out printed. No.
Okay, so main method is missing, right? Okay. So if you go there, where was the main method?
All
Right
on top of
after,
this.
right after this, right? I can just copy and paste. So now why this is red? Because you need one more curly bracket, right, for this? So you always have to have opening and closing curly bracket. So from here, if you see, so output is good evening, right? I'm giving you some number, time equal to 20. So now I'm giving some condition. If, okay, time equal to, for example, 12. For example, 12 o'clock. If time is less than 12, or something, then it will be good day. Otherwise, it will be good evening. So now, what is the expectation here? What will be the answer if I run this?
And time equal to all.
Maybe good evening.
That will be actually good day, right? So is evening, evening or day? Which one will be that according to this logic?
I mean, it's hard to tell because if it's AM to AM.
So your
or
time is 12. Your time is 12. Now, if this time is smaller than 11 or no?
No, I think it's
12 is not smaller than 12, right? So this will be the answer. Good evening, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I give time is smaller than 18, for example, what will be the answer? Now it will be good day, right? This is just like simple example, actually, that how you are checking the logic. So basically, just following this logic, right? This is a logic, for example. So I say here also age, right? Age equal to 21. Now, I said age equal to 21. So if I say if age age is smaller than what I will say here, not okay, right? I'm saying not okay to buy, for example, alcohol. Otherwise, okay to buy alcohol, right? If you think about some store software. So if I run this, what will be the answer?
Not okay to buy alcohol.
Yeah, not okay.
It should be okay to buy alcohol because if should not be working because 21 is less than 19. That's not a true statement.
Yes. So it is actually okay to buy alcohol, right? Now, if I say, so basically a lot of people are a little bit confused about this sign, right? So if I just move this and the sign is not smaller than, actually is greater than, then I think a lot of people will be maybe it's clear. So now it will be not okay to buy alcohol, right?
Not okay. Yeah.
So you have to just see the sign properly, actually. That what I'm just saying here. You see that before it was smaller than equal to, or smaller than, now is greater than. So you have some ID that is your age is actually less than 21. So your age is 21, this is the base age, but whatever you see, this is 19. So 19 is actually smaller than 21, right? So you understood this sign. Actually, this sign is very, very like basic sign, but you have to understand that logic actually. What is this is smaller than equal to, what is greater than equal to.
Yeah, I think we should compare with the numbers like age or something. It's not depends on age or any other option. I think it depends on number.
Yes.
Like 19 is a number that is less than 21.
21.
So that's why the system shows not okay to buy alcohol.
Yes. So basically, this 21 is kind of representation of age, right? That's right. Now, if I want to say, if age equal to 20, what will be the outcome now? If I run this, what will be the outcome?
Not okay to buy.
So this is not actually useful example. I was just checking if this equal to what. So here actually you're not using equal to, here using just less than or equal to actually. So now this one is okay to buy alcohol, right? So because you are just checking this number, just comparing two number and making sure if they're equal to or not. So this is the whole logic of if else. Now, if you want to add multiple layer, you can actually add else if like this. You see that? So now if I just want to show you if else, what is that? So when you have multiple multiple condition, then you can actually add else if. You see that else if? So if else is a single statement or single condition, but if you have more than one condition, you can add with else if. Now, if I go to W3 School, for example, then you can show you. W3 School Java. Here, if else. The same thing I just explained. Now, else, and then else, and then this one, for example, right? I just showed you. And now else if example, I can show you. This is exactly, for example, my IntelliJ. I can also just copy and paste this one. If I just move this, just copy it and move to my IntelliJ, it should be working also. Now, if I just so I just copied and paste. And if you see time equal to 22, right? And they give you one extra layer, and this is called else if, right? You can give more layer here if you have more condition. If I run this, what will be the answer? Can somebody tell what is the answer if I run this?
Good evening.
Okay, why this is good evening?
Because it doesn't fit into the other variables.
Yes. So anytime you see else means it will always run this. So first it will check this statement, then it will check this statement, and then it will check this statement. So this statement will be run because there is no condition here, right? So now if I give this one instead of 20, I give 23. If I run this, it will be now good day, right? You see that it is a good day. Now, if I say this one is instead of 23, right? Instead of 22. Now I'm thinking this is not 22, this is 9. For example, this is 9. What will be the answer? Can somebody tell what will be the answer here?
Good morning.
It will be good morning. Why they are showing different statement? Why it was showing? Because it is checking this condition, right? Greater than or equal to. So you basically have to understand this condition or logic. So this condition means this is some kind of logic. In real life, you will see some kind of business logic, right? So any of you like did not understand that if else logical concept, you can ask actually.
Is it possible to send this project Java OOP concept to us so we can open it in IntelliJ and practice ourselves?
Yes, I will send all of these notes, and you can just copy and paste notes and practice this.
But you can send us this whole project so we have all those files.
Yes, okay, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So since you have, okay. Actually, so next one. So if else, right? So if else, it seems like most of you kind of understood what is if else, right? So if something is true, then it will be executing, and if it's not true, then else will be executing, right? This is the final statement from if else. So after if else, you have another one is switch. Switch is another important one that sometimes you'll be using. Okay. So what is switch actually? So switch means you have multiple statement or multiple condition. Okay. And then once those multiple statement is written, right? So switch statement will be following each of these true statements. So looking for true statement. So this statement will be coming as a case. So case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, something like that. It can have case 20. So basically, once you find your case statement is true, it will be displayed. And then it will be stopped displaying until it finds the right answer. So now, if I go to IntelliJ, then I can show you. Let me check. I already wrote it. So the same one that I had in my note, I wrote it here. So public class demo, this is my class, right? This is like test demo. And then string, right? So what is that string means, X, Y, G? Can somebody tell what is that string and what is X, Y, G?
Variable and the
Data type. Okay, so variable and data type, and Monday is the value, right? This is a string value. Now, so switch, this is a statement, right? So this is part of your switch command. And this case, right? Case 1, case 2, case 3, those are different type of case that will be actually part of this statement. If you have only one case, you can have only one case. If you can have 20 cases. So means when you run this code, so it will be searching for the right answer basically. So one of these cases will be the right answer. So now if I say Monday, right? So case Monday, if I run this, so it will be displaying here day 1, 2, 3, 4. So I supposed to see day 1, 2, just day 1, right? Why I see day 2, 3, 4?
Because you declare X equal day 1, and up there switch X, Y, Z is Monday. It's not matching with the condition, but you have given a string line that X equal day 1 and X2 equal X equal day 2. That's why it is printing like that.
Because
okay, what is the answer? Can somebody else?
It's because you didn't put the break.
Yes, so this is very important logic, break. So if you don't give the break, it will be running code for all the statement. Otherwise, it will not stop. Break means if you find the right answer, stop there. So now I give a break, right? So my expectation will be it finds the answer here Monday, and it will not go to day 2, day 3, day 4. You see that? I gave a break. So break means you are saying that, okay, if you find the right answer, stop there. You don't have to run everything. So importance of break, can somebody tell what is the importance of break here? So there is two importance actually. First important, your data, right? If you give break, you will find only the true data or valid answer. And also second one, if you don't give break, right, it will take long time to check everything. So there is some kind of performance, right? It's gonna take time. If you have 100 statement, it's gonna take some time, right, to run all of this statement. So if you don't give break, you will get right answer and wrong answer both. But if you just add the break, you will always get the right answer. So now instead of Monday, I'm just giving you here Wednesday. So now if I run this, the day will be day number 3, right? You see that it came here, it finds Wednesday, and it displays the value.
Basically, this is like a search tab, right? Basically.
Yes. So switch is kind of searching the right answer, right statement. So it will switch case by case.
And do you have to add the break, or can you take out the break? I mean, do you have to keep the break? Last time you had it as a comment, but you activated it basically, right?
Yeah, I wanted to show you if I don't have break. For example, this is Wednesday, right? If I don't have break here, I'm just keeping this break as a comment.
I get it now, yeah.
So what's gonna happen? Let's see if I run this now. It will be displaying 3, but with the 3, it will be displaying 4 also. You see that? It didn't stop here. So it will continue basically. If you don't have break, it will continue. If you have 100 statement, it will give you 100 different line here. This is the correct answer, right? Day number 3.
Day number 3, yeah.
This is correct answer, but day number 4, 5, 6, 7, like other line will not be correct, but still they will be displaying. So when you have break, so
how come day 1 and day 2 didn't show here?
Because it didn't find Wednesday here, right? So anytime it find Wednesday, then it will continue.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Now, if I just move it to Monday again or Tuesday, if I write Tuesday here, right?
Yeah,
So
it will
now
show whatever is below Tuesday, basically.
it will be displaying Tuesday and also Wednesday and Thursday. Basically, it will be looking for the right answer. You see that? This one is right answer, but this one also continue with the other 2 because you don't have break. But now, if you just give break here, it will not proceed. So that's why switch statement always have break, so that it saves time and also, yeah.
What is this feature usually used for when it comes to like speaking to the developer, the BA or anything like that?
Okay, so the feature is sometimes you will be seeing some drop down, right?
Yeah,
So drop down have maybe 10 different values.
got it.
So so they will say, okay, if you find this value, click on this. Don't click all of them.
Okay, okay.
Those are just concept, but real life you'll see a different type of logic, different type of concept. Sometimes you will see you want to click on some date, right? You have 30 days in a month, for example. You want to click on number 27, day number 27, or you want to click on day number 13th. So you will be just giving this kind of case by case, right? So
Yes.
so you will figure it from UI, like web element. You will have a lot of example like this.
Got it. Thank you.
So I think it's 2:16 already. I think we'll be stopping here till switch. So we'll continue with Java again tomorrow. Probably that Joel Bhai or I. Let's see.
So basically our homework is just to like type these down and practice it, enter, generate, right? The whole time.
All of this, yes, just type it and practice it.
Got it. Thank you.
I will actually send you email with the detailed email in maybe 1 hour or 2 hours with the video that we had.
So do you guys always email? Remember, since we've been doing STLC, SDLC, did you guys like have you guys been emailing all that to emails too as well? Those files from the page you have, the spreadsheet, the sheet you have open right now?
Yes, I always email with notes also.